Hello and welcome back to the UBF podcast. I'm Abs.
And I'm Thomas. And before we go, this is the United by Football. Massive announcement. We need you all to go and check our Instagram, our TikTok, and our Spotify accounts.
Yes, Spotify.
What's happened here, Abs?
Mate, you can listen to us now everywhere.
You mean everywhere? Literally.
Everywhere. On the toilet, in the shower, in the kitchen, in your bedroom.
Let me just hold you there. Why was on the toilet your first thought?
I like to listen to music on the toilet. It helps me, pass by.
All right.
But all jokes aside, launched last night.
Yeah.
We've pretty much got it up and running. We've had quite a few people ask about it.
100%.
And it was about time we listened to the people that wanted it. And, if you want to go on a run, you want to go on a walk, sometimes not everyone can hop on YouTube and watch a video.
My grandma actually spammed our Instagram box. She's actually demanded it's on Spotify because she can't go to YouTube and type in UBF. So now I've saved it for her as an icon and it's literally 3 clicks. So guys, there's no excuse. It's 3 clicks.
If Thomas's grandma can do it, you can too.
Correct. So why couldn't Arsenal get over the line against Man City?
More like, why couldn't Man City get over the line against Arsenal?
Why is Chelsea 11th?
Why don't I have $1 million in my bank account?
These are the questions that can't be answered.
Anyway, look, 0-0 Manchester City versus Arsenal. Before I get started, I missed the Premier League.
I missed sleep, and I should have slept for this game.
You know what? It was a game of chess. Like that many people.
Was it checkers though?
No,
chess?
No, it was chess.
You reckon?
It was chess. If there's a game in the Premier League that defines chess, it's this. Liverpool games are basketball games.
For me, Arsenal nullified City's attack, and City's defense nullified Arsenal's attack.
I disagree. Arsenal's attack has nullified Arsenal's attack.
Because Trossard didn't pass.
Trossard didn't pass. Jesus kills me. Look, let's get before we, because we're gonna dig into a conversation that I've got a really interesting stat for.
For new viewers, this is the stat merchant on Spotify. So if you hear his voice, I'd speak in the mic for a sec.
Hello.
That's a stat merchant. Carry on, my friend.
So Manchester City had 0.5 of their 1.02 shots on target come from set pieces. 0.44% of that came from Ake's header on the corner. Okay. Manchester City had 700 passes to Arsenal's 269 and a total of 74% possession. Total of 12 shots, only 1 on target, 4 blocked and 7 off target. That 1 on target again was Ake's header. This is the second game this season in the Premier League where Arsenal have held City to 1 shot on target all game. The job that was done on Haaland by Saliba and Gabriel, even you have to admit, is absolutely insane.
I'll be honest, it's the best defensive partnership in the world.
You reckon?
Yeah, in the world.
I think by far.
In the world.
I can't name another one.
For me, Militao and Rudiger has a shout when they get fit.
Yeah.
For me.
But right now, I think...
Right now, there's no question. There's no question.
I forgot who it was. I think it was Goldbridge that compared them. He called them Vidic and Ferdinand.
Shit.
Because someone said Cahill and Terry, but it's not. It's Vidic and Ferdinand because I'd say Vidic is Gabriel. Has to be.
I think Saliba is Vidic because Saliba's got a nut in him that can go...
No, but that's Gabriel. You see how he is against... He was still going after the game. Gabriel's the warrior.
Bro, I'm telling you, he's in Haaland's head rent-free, brother.
Oh,
rent-free, loan-free, mortgage-free, all of the terms, brother. He's there.
Another stat.
Oh, God.
Haaland's had 0 shots on target against those 2 this season. None.
So, those 7 off target, 6 of those, you reckon were Haaland's off target?
No, he had 1 shot. I'm pretty sure it was 1 shot, and it was blocked by Gabriel. So, look, all jokes aside, I think City struggled. We're hampering a lot on them, but a lot of it's due to Arsenal and the way they set up.
They struggled to break down Arsenal's lines, those 2 lines especially, because they set up in a 4-4-2 Arsenal.
Yes, but
so it was a 4-4, correct, 4-4-2, very deep. So it was 2 banks of 4 essentially.
Yeah.
And the work, and I mean the work that Odegaard did and Havertz to help out Jesus and Saka on the wings were incredible. And Arsenal fans will slander Jesus's finishing, but you cannot question the work rate. No. And they were massive, instrumental, I would say, in keeping this a 0-0.
Yes.
Instrumental.
Yes. Although I do think Martinelli should have started. I know he's not fit. He should have started. If he starts, it's a different story. because his ability to go that far back, yet that far forward, is much better than Jesus. Although Jesus' work rate, like you said, and his touch helped us get out quite a bit.
Would you risk him though with nine or 8 games?
No.
To go? You wouldn't.
No.
So there's a reason why he didn't start.
Because the way we kind of sat was almost in a 5-4-1 or a 5-3-2. So
Out of position.
out of possession.
Yeah.
You'd have, most of the time it was Jesus tucking in as almost a wing back,
Yeah.
or allowing Kivior to kind of go wide and him tucking into his position.
I see that, but for me, I saw a bit of 2 banks of 4, to be honest.
Depending where City were on the field. The minute they entered our half, you'll notice that it was either one of the 2 wingers dropping into the back defense, Odegaard would drop into the center, or Havertz, whoever it is. Sorry, I think that, just they alternate. And then Rice would often cover out wide on the left, and then Jorginho would cover out wide on the right. If
He's still covering now in Bella Vista.
Oh, mate, is that there? Can you see him?
Yeah.
He's marking the bar over there.
Let me show you. Listen, question for you though. Would you be concerned with the 28% of possession?
No. Because they went with a game plan, and that is the same game plan that's been done on us against Porto, against Newcastle, teams like that have come in, parked 2 banks of 5, and absolutely tried to. That's the game. You could see it was the game plan. It's the hardest thing to do in football is to break 2 banks of 4. Yeah.
It's the hardest thing to do,
especially with the quality of the defense that Manchester City were playing. They were playing the
4
best
centre backs, brother.
Not even that. This is the best defense in the league. They're playing statistically the best defense in the league.
Without Stones and Walker, though.
Who knows? That could have been a different game. But what I noticed in the game as well is that Rodri sat further forward than Kova.
Yeah.
Kova tucked in as the 3rd centre back.
Correct.
Gvardiol went up high.
Yeah.
And then Rodri would kind of float. But what Arsenal done well is when they kind of tried to attack the middle, we'd go into a 5-3-2. Rodri had no room.
No.
Rodri was always surrounded by someone.
It was nullified. Bro.
It was nullified in the game. The 2 players for me that actually made a difference for City were Gvardiol and Bernardo Silva. Foden was nowhere to be seen. Haaland was nowhere to be seen. And De Bruyne got, he was marked by Rice all game.
Yeah.
So when Gvardiol overlapped, Saka did struggle at times to kind of...
He's a physical player, Joshua, that's why.
But Bernardo, for me, kind of showed why he is the player he is. Even though I give him a lot of shit.
Yeah. It's class.
He put Kivior. Kivior's been great defensively. He put him on a spliff.
Were you interested to see that both teams, for the first time in a while, in a game of football that I've seen in a long time, play with 4 centre backs on both teams?
It was bound to happen. We've been trying it for since
both teams, bro.
Yeah, I'm happy. Personally, I'm happy Zinchenko didn't start. I'm so happy Zinchenko didn't start.
You're gonna go against Ukraine now?
No.
Okay.
But I love the Ukraine.
I'm glad you clarified that.
I love Zinchenko.
Glad you clarified that.
But for this game, defensively, he was not the player that we needed.
Sorry. Anyway, back to get on track.
Yeah.
You mentioned the point earlier that I'm intrigued about, this Jesus point. Because for me, as I've coached and as I admire football, I watch football, and for me, you can question their touch, their finish, their ability. For me, I care about work rate. That's number 1 for me. If you're not willing to run on the pitch and die for your teammates, what's the point of being on the pitch in my mind? So Gabby, for me, has done that, and Gabby's made a career of himself doing that. Why are you thinking that that's not enough as an Arsenal fan?
Well, what I've realised is there's a study. By Prem Football Studies, it shows that 60% of goals come from one touch. This is over the last year. 60% of the goals scored in the Prem have come from one touch. 20% of those goals have come from 2 touches. Gabriel Jesus averages 2.85 touches before shooting. Haaland averages 1.75 touches before shooting. Haaland converts at 19%. Jesus is converting at 9%. So
how do you find these stats?
Don't worry, I'll find them.
This is incredible.
What that tells me is Jesus, for me, doesn't need to take that many touches. He's a gifted enough player, and he has a good enough touch to be able to just, he overdoes it. Haaland, on the other hand, I think he needs to take 1 or 2 touches.
Is he a League 2 player?
As Roy Keane seems to think so.
That's bad. No, that's bad.
It's ridiculous.
That's a bad comment.
It is. Roy Keane himself couldn't do what Haaland does. So I don't know why the hell he's talking.
2 different positions.
It's
bad. That's bad.
It's ridiculous. You're telling me Roy Keane would not love to have Haaland on his team?
No, of course he would. We'll see.
Fucking load of shit.
It's a relax yourself. It's a stupid comment, but I think he's possibly upset at his own team's performance. And we'll get to United.
We will. It's just it pisses me off with these pundits from this great United team back, in 2013. Your team isn't doing so well.
Neville said a good thing, but I'm going to quote him. For me, he made a brilliant point, and I watched his podcast. Neville said straight after the game that these are the games sometimes when you look back at the season, and he quoted Liverpool when they fell 1 point short of United, and I think they drew to Everton or United. It was 0 or 1-1. And they failed to capitalise. Are you going to look back at this game in particular and question maybe you could have gone a bit more attacking? Maybe you could have gone, what these whats and ifs, and if Trossard passed, or if Gabby took 2 less touches instead of trying to take 15. Are these the sort of games that you're gonna look back and go, shit, if this didn't happen, we could have made something?
The game against City at the Emirates, we were more attacking. Okay, and it was basically another game of chess, but it was more a midfield battle. Okay. That game kind of went, either team could have taken their chance, and unfortunately we were the one that did. Yeah. Okay, but when it comes to this game, for a place that we've gone to for so many years, I think we had not won since 2015, I believe, or something against City, and 2011 at the Etihad or something like that.
Yeah.
And Pep's never, I don't think Mikel's even gotten a draw before the Emirates game against Pep.
Sure.
Okay, so when you come to a ground, especially last season, losing 3-1 in both games, especially come to the Etihad and being embarrassed, Rob Holding aside, we done the right thing. We've frustrated them, we nullified them, and we've given teams a blueprint
to
beat City. And for the title race, the whole point was to go there and not lose.
Correct? Yeah, no, I feel it.
And I think had he had everyone fit, personally for me, I think had Partey been fully fit,
Had Saka been fully fit?
Had Martinelli been fully fit, I don't think we see back. I think he sat Jorginho in there to command the midfield. Yeah. Had Partey played there, you saw when he came on, we became progressive. Okay,
he's a ball carrier. That's what he does.
But it's kind of Martinelli comes on. All of a sudden, we've got this proper counter-attacking flow. Jesus and Saka frustrated, and I think you could tell what he was doing. We got to about the 70th minute, and then we hit him.
Yeah.
And I think it's similar to what we done last time, where we kind of tired them out.
Well, again, a brilliant stat. I'm going to sort of be a stat merchant here. But in the last 4 games, Arsenal have scored 17 goals, conceded none.
That's crazy.
17 goals, conceded none. So I think people are saying, obviously, those 3 games prior were prior to the international break. But
still,
I think that form will carry over.
Tom, we haven't lost a game in 2024.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Like... And again, the other stat is the first time in 57 games City have failed to score at Etihad.
Sure.
It just tells you, and it goes back to the job. I posted something earlier on our story today. You just need to look at the job Mikel's done.
Oh, it's a mammoth job. It's a mammoth job with the squad that he's had compared to the Peps mainly, because Klopp sort of have had a similar, with a bit more money obviously.
Yeah.
But the squad that Arteta inherited was, I'm talking like
Kolasinac, Mustafi.
Lower the low. Like I'm talking lower the low.
Like Chokeslam, Guendouzi, freaking prime, Aubameyang, Lacazette. Aubameyang was our only saviour at the time.
It will be... Why
man do this? Why man do this? Nah, look, it won't be Ainsley Maitland-Niles with his indecision and not knowing where to play. We had Socrates at the back at the time. Freaking Callum Chambers.
Hey, question. You know if Socrates is still playing?
No clue. You
know the brothers at Real Betis? Sorry, that's just a random. He's at Real Betis.
Real Betis?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's just a weird transfer thing. Sorry. Anyway, we'll move on.
That's crazy. But it just goes to show.
I'll be honest, I thought the brother retired.
Look, me too. I didn't think he had a career left in him.
Do your research. Where's the stats?
I don't follow the life of Socrates, mate. Got better things to do.
The philosopher or the player?
The player from Brazil.
I'm sure you studied him in year 9, to be honest.
But look, all in all, they've picked up 8 points against their title contenders this season. 8 points.
Are we talking Liverpool and City? Okay.
2 wins, 2 draws against City and Liverpool. Neither of them, I think, have been able to beat. But I don't think City's gotten a win against Liverpool or Arsenal this season. I don't believe Liverpool have either.
We're going to get on to Liverpool now, but I think we'll leave that discussion until we actually decide who we think. Because we're going to compare run-ins, correct?
We are.
So I think we'll go into the Liverpool game. And for me, though, what a game this was. And it couldn't have started better with Danny Welbeck.
Finished like that at Arsenal, mate.
Finished like that in his whole career. What a player.
Like,
What a player, Brighton.
I've never seen him hit a ball like that.
It's incredible. I sat down and I went, ooh, that refrigerated pizza looks nice.
Daniel Welbeck or Pele?
Brother, I put it in the fridge. Sorry, I put it in the oven, got it out of the fridge. Sorry, I'm that lost. Put it in the oven, went to sat down, I went, surely it's 1-0 Liverpool. And I went, Brighton 1-0.
Oh, mate, I was messaging all my Liverpool friends. They're like, 1-0 to the Seagulls, 1-0 to the Seagulls.
Did you actually think Arsenal's won the league?
I'm like, at that point, I'm like, all we need to do is not lose today. Not lose.
Brother, what a goal. What a goal. And, mate, Liverpool, but
It's beginning and the end.
beginning of the end, Liverpool were absolutely all over the Zerbi, all over his men, all over the team.
The stats didn't actually read the game properly.
What? So you're trying to argue with 30 shots to 9?
30 shots to 9.
Are you trying to argue with that?
Hold on. 30 shots to 9. Liverpool had an XG of 2.83 to 0.45. But if you watch that game, you actually felt like Brighton were in that game. You felt like they were always a slimmer of a chance to make it 2-2.
Is that because Liverpool didn't put their chances away?
Yes, I think.
That's how I would look at it.
Verbruggen had 6 saves, I believe, that game.
It was big. He was big, brother. Yeah.
And he made a save with Salah at the end.
Oh, that was an unbelievable save.
Goal every day of the week.
Yeah.
But wow, got low, stretched out, mate.
Reminds me of a prime Abdul Salam at indoor soccer, to be honest.
What do you mean, mate? Mounties.
I haven't seen that yet this year. That's why. That's just.
Mate, because their season hasn't started.
Oh, good point. Good point.
Yeah. Look, a Lewis dunk touch supposedly played Luis Diaz on.
That was tight. No, sorry.
I don't.
That was tight.
I don't understand. I don't understand.
Oh, I just clocked.
I don't understand.
Welcome to Spotify, guys. It's a great way to welcome on the show. Anyway, let me rephrase that. It was a very controversial offside call.
Yes, due to the touch not necessarily being so-and-so a pass for me.
Yeah.
He played at it, but what do you expect him to just...
Well, he can't leave it because then Diaz is on. He can't leave it because Diaz is on.
Diaz would have been off either way. Diaz was in an offside position to begin with, but because the referee deemed it to be...
Off dunk
intentionally.
Yeah.
So
you're telling me if it was accidental, he wouldn't have stayed? Wouldn't have stood.
That's the rule.
These days, brother, I don't know what the rules are, brother. These days, they change every week.
Yeah.
Last week, I was allowed to bring a Sprite into Bella Vista. Now, I'm still allowed to bring a Sprite.
Next week.
That's a shit comparison. But
well,
thanks for the clap in the background. But you get what I'm saying? The rules change every week. So
it's frustrating.
For me, it didn't look intentional. For me.
He stuck a leg out.
Brother, you stick a leg out. When you defend, of course you stick a leg out.
So, like, I'm not going to sit here because I know Liverpool fans are going to be on my back and say, oh, you always argue Liverpool.
They deserve the win.
Liverpool.
They deserve the win.
They deserve the win at the end of the day. Like,
But they made it harder for themselves than necessary.
Yeah, I think Brighton could have snatched something. You know, even when you look at the second goal, wonderful run by Salah. Beautiful pass by McAllister. I have to say, him and Endo have turned it around. Sorry, you love your Japanese, I know that.
You just told me when to speak.
Japanese conversation starts next week.
Okay. Deep dive.
But yeah, all in all, I think De Zerbi done well. I think he coached a good game. That's all. He couldn't do much more than that.
He's a brilliant tactician.
You know, the way they played out the back, mind you, they had 46% of the ball.
Yeah.
Despite Liverpool have 30 shots.
Yeah, but brother, they were passing still in Brighton instead of at Anfield. They were just going from side to side, brother.
But it's correct. What I like, it's a courageous performance by Brighton.
But that's how they play.
Yeah, that's how they play with heart.
They always aim to be on the front foot. They always aim to out-tactician teams. They always aim to get at teams. Yeah. That's what I respect.
Yeah. Now, my only question before we move on there, A, will Liverpool run out of steam? And B, Alonso announced that he's staying. Who replaces Klopp now?
Zerbi.
You reckon?
The Zerbi...
He gives me Man City vibes.
Nah. The Zerbi for Liverpool, I could also see...
Don't say Gerrard.
No, God, no. I could also see Thomas Militic. No. All right, no.
Promotion.
Go. No. What do you mean, mate? From Southern District, that's a downgrade. What do you reckon?
Oh, mate.
No. I'm joking. For me, the Zerbi, the other one that's a really unique shout, and a lot of people are going to not jump.
You're not going to say Potter.
Oh, God, no. Eddie Howe.
Ooh, I like that.
Why do you like it? Tell me.
He's a project manager.
He's a project manager. I think he's not a long term, but I think Newcastle are going to look to get rid. And I think Eddie for a year. How long is Xavi's contract? Was it
extended another year? I'll be there. Oh, he said he's staying for next season.
So there's your 1 year fix.
Or just bring Steven Gerrard for a stopgap. You know you're going to sack him at the end of the season.
Mark my words. Eddie Howe will do a better job than Steven Gerrard.
Of course. But what if this is the problem. What if he actually does a decent job and you lose someone like Xabi Alonso to Real Madrid? That's
Well, you can't get him now. He's gone. He's there for another year.
What I reckon is I think they're going to want Xabi Alonso anyway.
Yeah.
But they're going to bring someone in as an interim.
Correct.
For a year, whether it's the assistant that's there now.
He doesn't look like a mere manager. He looks like a little tactician.
But just Liverpool have had seasons where they've had off seasons every second season or so. You got to remember that.
Pre-Klopp.
During
2017.
He's had two off seasons.
Yeah, pre-2017.
Yeah. No, last year. Remember last year? And I think it was 2 years before that.
Yeah, but I'm talking pre-20. Obviously, he came in 15, didn't he?
14.
14. So 14, 15 weren't the best.
No, those. I'm not talking about those. I'm talking from the start of
2017?
the City Pool era.
Yeah.
He's had two off seasons, so they're not against. Or I wouldn't say they're not used to having off seasons and such. I think Xabi Alonso will end up there.
Me too.
Because I have a feeling that Real Madrid coach, it's not going to be him. It's too big a job. It's way too big a job
for now.
For this early in your career, it's too big a job.
I'll be honest. I see him at Liverpool or buying. It's one of those two. And to the second part of your question, Liverpool will not run out of steam.
No?
No.
Okay. That leads us on to our next segment. So, I'm going to play Mr. Calculator here.
Here we go.
Okay.
You want me to give you some answers?
Essentially, I'm going to ask you for these three. So, Liverpool's run home, Man City's run home, Arsenal's run home. Okay?
Okay.
And then I'm going to give you mine after. I'm going to need you to whip out your calculator. I'm going to calculate how many points each team's going to get.
Put me on the spot, man.
Okay. So, Liverpool at home to Sheffield United.
3.
Okay. So, just say win, loss, or draw.
Win.
Okay. Man United away.
Draw.
Crystal Palace at home.
Win.
Fulham away.
Draw.
West Ham away.
Win.
Tottenham at home.
Win.
Aston Villa away.
Win.
Wolves at home.
Win.
Okay. Put that down.
For me, am I allowed to? For me, Fulham. Fulham for me is a very, very tricky game in the form they're in now. That Santiago, what a player he is.
I'm surprised you said Tottenham's a win.
Yeah.
Considering they're probably the only team that plays a very similar style.
Tottenham, no. Trust me.
Okay.
Trust me. I'll do you one better. Tottenham is not making top 5. I'll do you one better.
Who's making United? Villa's 4th.
Yeah, Villa's 4th. Yeah.
United 5th, Tottenham 6th.
3 points.
Okay. All right.
Trust.
On to the next team. Manchester City.
Yeah.
Aston Villa at home.
Win.
Yeah. Crystal Palace away.
Win.
Tottenham away.
Win.
Tottenham away.
Yeah, win.
Nottingham Forest away.
Win.
Wolves at home.
Win.
Fulham away.
Win.
West Ham at home.
Draw.
On the last day.
Yep. They can't keep getting away with it. Last year they got pushed to the very end. They can't keep getting away with it.
Manchester City.
No, they can't. They can't.
Okay. I think they got off the hook last year.
Of course they did. What do you expect?
Yeah. Arsenal. Okay. Luton at home.
Win.
Brighton away.
Win.
Aston Villa at home.
Win.
Wolves away.
Win.
Tottenham away.
Draw.
Bournemouth at home.
Win.
Man United away.
Win.
Everton at home.
Draw.
Draw.
Yeah. Reason being, I don't think they're there yet. I think that in terms of a mentality-wise, I don't think they're going to be able to take it to the last day. I think.
Okay.
That's me personally. You seem very offended by this, but we'll carry on.
All right. Well, I need you to read those same exact.
Okay. So am I typing here?
I've got the calculator with me. I'll add it up as I go.
Thanks. My maths is horrific. Sheffield United at home for Liverpool.
Win.
United away.
Draw.
Palace home.
Win.
Fulham away.
Draw.
Good man. West Ham away.
Win.
Tottenham home.
At Anfield.
Yep.
Draw.
Aston Villa away.
Draw.
Fooyah. Wolves home.
Win.
Okay, you do the maths, do whatever you need to do.
Mm-hmm.
Tottenham at home draw.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. When is on the score sheet or?
When I'm at a sound. Vicario.
Oh God.
All right. Next.
Man City, Aston Villa at home.
Win.
Palace away.
Win.
Luton home.
Win.
Tottenham away.
Draw.
Oh God. Forest away.
Win.
Wolves home.
Win.
Fulham away.
Draw.
West Ham home.
Win.
Get ready, guys. The next 9 are going to be all wins.
All
right. Ready for the surprise or not so surprise? Luton home.
Win.
Oh, 1 out of 9. Brighton away.
Win.
2 out of 9. Aston Villa home.
Draw.
Oh my God. Whoa. You clap in the studio for that one. Or? That's progress. I'm very proud of you. Wolves away.
Win.
Tottenham away.
Draw.
Bournemouth home.
Win.
Man United away.
Win.
Everton home.
Win.
Did you see the look on his face? He just realised that he's out-calculated himself for Arsenal for the time.
All right. So.
Tell me, my good friend. Tell me, please.
So I'm going to pull up the table.
Go.
Okay.
Can I ask you a question? If Chelsea win the next 9 games, are they in contention for... Okay. No, you just gave me the little...
They'd finish... they need everybody else to lose. They finish on 67 points.
Would they make top 4?
Probably, if Aston Villa struggle to win. Yeah. So currently Liverpool are on 67 points with a plus 40 for and against.
Okay. I was going to say 107 points.
Arsenal on 65 plus 46, and then Man City on 64 plus 35. The way you've predicted the table, we'll have Liverpool finishing on 87 points, Manchester City finishing on 83, and then Arsenal finishing on 85. So that would put Liverpool first by 2 points, Arsenal ahead of City by 1 point.
Yeah. It's Arsenal second.
2 points. Sorry. In my case, it puts Liverpool on 83 points, puts Manchester City on 84, and Arsenal on 85.
Oh, here we go, of course. Wow, big surprise there, my friend. What's he wearing as well, guys? An Arsenal jersey.
Did you notice one thing?
Yeah.
I think that Tottenham will take points off all 3 teams.
I don't see
I'm getting the vibe that they're going to spoil the party. No, I do. And I also do think...
Just because Werner's on the dance floor doesn't mean that he has to spoil the party, brother.
And I have a feeling it's either the Villa game or the Brighton game where we're going to have a draw. The other games I'm not too worried about. I think we can deal with United away.
Yeah.
And Everton at home. That will be an interesting clash. If they're up for relegation come the end of the season and we're fighting for that league title still, it's going to be crazy. Look,
Let's quickly go to these two games, and then we can go because I need to speak about it.
All right.
Want to go Chelsea first or United?
We'll start with Chelsea. Seriously, this team's in trouble, bro. I've spoken enough.
I swear to God, I rang my good friend Matthew, who is not on French of the podcast tonight.
Good luck with your exam.
Thank you, Matthew. And I literally was going to debate to wear the Chelsea shirt other way around and have Palmer on my chest proudly. That brother is single-handedly the saviour of the club. That brother should be right now formed, have a statue outside of Stamford Bridge. That brother is the most important player in this. That brother's more important than the coach. That brother is worth more than the academy teams. He's the most important player. Before you can comment, Raheem Sterling, I swear to God, you cannot sweaty a ball. You cannot head a ball. The only thing you do well is you got a pretty nice hair, dude, and you can run like a T-Rex. Besides that, it is jack shit. You cannot finish and you cannot pass a ball. I don't know what has happened to him after the 2020 Euros, but he's not the same player.
Ever since he forgot to pass the Harry Kane, he's lost the ability to pass completely.
Do you agree though? It should have been 3-2.
He's not a player. Look, all jokes aside, he's not a player that can be in a team like Chelsea at the moment. That's why he done so well at City. There's so many people to dig him out of trouble. If he's not digging you out of trouble and Palmer's not digging you out of trouble, there's no one else there.
I don't think he's a good player. That's my thing. Because if you're saying that, then he was always robbed of accountability because there was a Aguero, there was a David Silva, there was a Fernandinho, there was a Sane.
Yeah, but that team had 25 shots on goal on average, and he had about 5 or 6, and he'd score 1 at Chelsea. You don't have that chance, and it goes back to you probably signed the wrong City player at the time. You should have got a Mahrez instead. Probably would have done you bigger justice. Like there's so
still flopped. Everyone flops
at Chelsea. Yeah,
except for 100%.
But 2-2 against Burnley, and they had a red card.
I swear. 1 sec.
Remember PG.
Bear in mind, I have no affiliation with United at all. Yellow button. I'll tell you when. It's so. No, it's. How is it? It's so hard to play football the way they do. It's so hard to watch football the way they do. It's actually harder to play shit. That was the worst display I have seen in the Premier League. No, worse. I don't care how many Huddersfield goals they conceded in 17-18. I don't care the amount of points that Sheffield United went down 2 years ago. I don't care how Watford played shit. That was disgusting. That was horrific.
Big Money Mace thought he had it, bro.
Big Money Mace did shit.
You know what's that? I forgot that he played for United.
How did Brentford not win the game? Nah, seriously, man.
31 shots to Brentford. United had 11. They had a 3.29 XG and just scraped a draw. Like, very unlucky on Brentford's end. Although, I just don't think they were clinical. It's not like they had... Remember that game, the Arsenal United game like 7-8 years ago? Where David De Gea...
No, to be honest.
In the words of DT, he could have saved the Titanic. Yeah. Like, it wasn't one of those games. You shoot on target, you probably score.
Onana made a cracker save, one of them.
Yeah, well, they had 30 other shots. And only scored 1 goal.
I swear to you. How do you go from beating Liverpool, although Liverpool let them off, how do you go from beating Liverpool, scoring 4 goals, to doing that?
It's United.
That's fine.
United is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
Now, we've been sued by Universal. Thank you.
Listen,
thanks.
Forrest Gump.
Don't get him on the
Anyway.
Moving on to a slightly less shitter club, MacArthur. I'm joking.
Hey, they're still above you on the table.
Don't care.
3-1.
Don't care.
3-1 to the Wanderers. Actually, so are we. 3-1 to the Wanderers.
Who lost the premiership? Sorry.
Doesn't matter, mate. We still get a week off. Anyway, we'll get to that game. 3-1 to the Wanderers over MacArthur. I think it looked like a 4-3-3.
Mate. Yeah, 4-3-3. Sort of. Yeah. For me, though, Sonny Kittle sort of moved into that 10 role, an unofficial 10 role, he fucking killed it. It was about time he showed up.
But that's his position, man.
Yeah.
Like,
That's Sonny through and through.
He brought everyone into the game.
Mate, first time that we've got back-to-back wins in like...
A long time.
I think
start of the season.
Yeah. I was going to say start of the year. No, start of the season.
Start of the season. It's man. Look, he started in that false 9 role.
Yep.
Antonsen on one side, Barolo on the other. For me though, Milanovic. Wow, he has. It means something to him.
He's got that what in him?
He's got that dog. Now, all jokes aside,
what a goal!
What a goal,
bro!
And near post couldn't save it. There's no way you save it.
Brother, I'll do one better. No keeper in the A-League saves that.
No.
That was a rocket.
Yeah.
That was like, here comes the cannon, let's charge it, and we're bang.
Yeah.
You know there's a hole in the net. I drove past Campbelltown on my way here. There's actually a hole in the net.
Right.
That's how hard he hit that ball, bro.
I just want to ask you one thing.
Yes.
You're a Wanderers boy. You see what it means to Milanovic. You see what it means to Nicholas.
Yes.
How important is that, A, to the fans, and how important is it, B, that the rest of the players pick on that and kind of carry that same level of responsibility and emotion when they're on the field?
I'll combine them for you. For me, out of all the clubs in the A-League, and I want you to time code this, my good friend Julian, out of all the clubs in the A-League, I think it means the most to the Wanderers. I think it's so important that when you put on that red and black jersey, that one, you literally are going to bleed for that jersey. Two, you don't understand until you actually live in the West and you're a Westie yourself. You've disowned the Western Sydney, but you're a Westie yourself. You don't know what it means until you actually live and breathe it. And Milo is a living example from that. We've had Tate Russell, we've had Bacchus, we've had boys that have grown up in Western Sydney. And all of those boys, yes, some of them not as talented as Milanovic, but you can never question the work ethic. No. And those 4 or 5 boys that I've just examined, even Mitchell Duke, for example, look at that brother. Even in Socceroos, he works his ass off.
Yeah.
It's an absolute testament to where they came from, how their parents raised them, and the environment they were brought up in.
Yeah.
It's a difficult place to live. Nana Abdul, it's a difficult place to live in the West.
Yeah.
And the amount of passion, energy, drive that Milo displayed on Sunday. No, sorry. Yeah, Monday. The amount of energy that Milo displayed on Monday is what it means to the people of Western Sydney. Simple as that.
No, look, I 100% agree with you. I think, the biggest thing with living in the West ourselves is the perception.
Yeah, it's huge.
And there's absolutely no shame. Like all jokes aside.
Yeah.
I love, I've been born and raised there.
Yeah, I know.
And I wouldn't swap it for anything.
Yeah. It defines you. It makes you who you are. What I want to say is, before I get to Hendricks' goal really quickly, because that was an absolute rocket, brother. And it's about time he got one. He was unlucky against Adelaide where he had a pop outside the box and hit the crossbar. You were there for that game. That was actually Abdul's first Wanderers game. And then he went to the blue side, unfortunately. But did you see the scenes after the game? Got a bit tasty.
Push and shove?
Yeah, bit of a push and shove, bit of a Emma Hayes, some would say.
We'll get to that.
We'll get to that. We definitely will. But it's like, people don't call it a derby, the Battle of the West. And I get it, because the original derby is Sydney FC versus Western Sydney. And it has been like that. But
plus you need the MacArthur fans to show up first.
I heard Cowboys as I was walking. And then I went, oh my God, it's MacArthur. No, it was actually just the cows as I was driving past him. But it's like, it does actually mean something to the MacArthur players as well. Yeah. It does actually mean something to the MacArthur fans as well. And good on, I actually do hope they make finals, and they are in my finals contention to make top 6. Possibly top 4. But it was interesting to see, and I think Davila instigated it, Milanovic fought back. Rudin actually grabbed Jermaine, had a chat to him. I think that was because of the issues that they had 3 or 4 weeks ago. Sorry, 2 or 3 months ago. But it was good to see. It was good for us. I think we needed that. I'm not sure how the City Mariners game ended today, but I think we are still 6th. He's getting the phone out. Have a check, Abdul. But I think we are still 6th, and that was a massive result for us.
2-1 Mariners.
We are still 6th, thank God. I knew that was researched. My question to you, Abdul, is before we move on to your club, Your club. Sydney FC or Shitty FC?
The great Sydney
Shitty FC, okay. So, Jordan Andrews' goal.
Yeah.
You were there at the stadium.
Mm-hmm.
Best goal you've seen live in a while? Team play-wise and the finish to take it first time?
I think this season, yeah. The one before it is a shout as well, to be honest. Play down the touchline.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
To play Milanovic through.
Yeah.
And then play it to
I
Sonny.
think it was the best the Wanderers have played this year, to be honest.
Ironically, look, to answer your question, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, there you go.
Yes. I think the way
Cut the podcast, guys. We're done.
Western Sydney Wanderers aside, I love Hendricks.
Yeah, Jordan.
Everything he represents, in terms of as a player, what he, his morals and his ethics.
He was our first interview as well.
Yeah, he was.
He's actually a top bloke.
He's a trailblazer for the UBF podcast.
Here we go. But Jordan, for me, really, really lovely guy, and I'm really glad that he got his first goal for the club.
Yeah. And it meant he deserved it. Well deserved. I think if there's a player that deserves a goal, it is he's worked for the team.
Yeah, true. I agree.
Look,
I agree.
I may be a Sydney FC fan, but
Would you take him in Sky Blue?
Mate.
Surprise, he's not going. Thanks. Okay. Sydney FC versus Central Coast Mariners.
Mate, I'd take him in that seat. Don't you worry, mate.
I'm replaced on the podcast by him. You know what?
You'd accept it as a you'd accept. If it were Hendricks, you'd accept. Yeah. You would happily just go. Yorit.
I'm going to sit with Matt Sydney's brother, and then I'm gone. So Sydney FC versus Central Coast Mariners 2-0.
My boy Caceres.
You know what? He's a stalwart of the A-League. The brother's been there for everywhere.
Yeah.
And I think he gets underappreciated, to be honest, Anthony.
Yeah.
He's been there for a while. He's a bloody good player.
Nah, he is. And it's not the first time this season he's kind of got it going. Or when times have been tough and when we've needed him, he has been that guy aside from Joe Lolly.
Yep.
King got his first goal ever.
Is that Joel?
Joel King in the A-League.
He went to Denmark. He went to Denmark. Came back. It's a shame when Aussie kids think that they've been sold this dream overseas that if you go overseas you're going to make it.
Yeah.
It's hard. He came back, maybe for personal reasons, I'm not sure. But it's good to see him smiling, flourishing and getting that goal because he's a quality player. And he got involved with the Socceroos lineup, I think, a year or two ago as well. He got invited by Arnold. So it's good to see him flourish and good to see him get his goal.
Yeah, look, that conversation's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, true.
I think we'll be here for another 3 hours if we start into that. But, man, it's just nice to see them kind of, like I said, we've been playing as a team more often. Ever since that first 12, 13 games where Joe Lolly was just basically
carrying,
it was him.
Yeah, it was hard. We've
turned it around in the sense of we've kept that standard, but at the same time we've become a team as a whole, and it's starting to, you're getting the fruits for your labour.
Ulfuk Tele's had a big part to play as well.
No, 100%.
Top coach. His former employer, Wellington Phoenix, got over the line 1-0 against Brisbane. Is it theirs to lose now? Theirs to lose.
Look, the Mariners won today. And that puts them now, I believe, 3 points behind Mariners on the same amount of games. Okay,
3 points behind Wellington.
3 points behind. So, 3 points behind Wellington.
Yeah. I think it's theirs to lose, to be honest. Because
they play on Saturday.
There's only 4 games left.
Yeah, they play on Saturday as well. Don't forget. Those two teams, I think we've gotten it down here. The Mariners are on now 43 points, which puts them 5 points ahead of Victory in third. But they play Wellington on Saturday.
There's your top 2. I'll give it to you right now. There's your top 2.
But I'm pretty sure, let me just check this. Yes, if they do beat Wellington, they go top of the table. Mariners.
There's your top 2.
On 4 innings. It is. And they've been by far the best 2 teams in the league. Consistent.
Yeah, consistent. I agree.
Yeah, and I think
Victory for a period were exceptional.
Yes, but there was a point of the season where the Mariners just went,
yeah, bang, switch on. Yeah.
And they switched on and haven't turned off since. Yeah. Victory sit 3 points ahead of MacArthur in third and have an 11 goal difference advantage at the moment. Mind you, MacArthur's scored 40 and conceded 40 this season. That worries me. It's not even courageous. That worries me. What was that?
I don't know. Jeez. It's been a long day, guys.
It is. Look,
do you want to hear about my life or not?
Another podcast. MacArthur, Sydney, and the Wanderers all are within a point of another. Sydney have a game in hand on MacArthur, and Melbourne City have a game in hand on the Wanderers, who currently have a negative 2 goal difference compared to Melbourne City's 4. After this game that was played, it's a 3 goal difference now.
Don't worry, mate. The Sydney derby's coming up. We're going to recoup those goals.
Oh, Jubilee Oval. I cannot wait.
I'm excited.
I might wear a bulletproof vest that day as well.
Oh, are we going?
We're going.
We're going?
We're going. We're going.
You know what? A good friend of mine actually works in the police force. I'm actually going to get you some police custody for the game. Because I think you might need it.
I think after that video on TikTok, I might need it.
Yeah.
A bit of context for you Spotify and new YouTube listeners. I claimed to have supported the Western Sydney Wanderers at the start of the season.
Yeah.
True and all, I was a sky blue from day one and revealed my true colours about 6 weeks ago. And let's just say the reception has not been the best from the West. So
I still can't look at him straight.
Mate, he hasn't been at my house since.
Oh my God, that's actually so true. You know why? Because he lives in Greenacre. Are we...
Calm down. What's wrong with Greenacre?
That's what I'm saying. You're from the West.
Yeah.
Why would you claim sell me a lie?
Because my name is Monty. I'm from Roselle.
That's like saying Chelsea won the Conti Cup this morning. You just send each other a lie. We should have won.
Anyway, we'll move on to that. Before we move on, I'm going to get your predictions. First place,
Wellington Phoenix.
Who's going to win it?
Wellington Phoenix.
Wellington.
I
have to agree with you on that. So I think Wellington's taking it out. I think Sydney, if they can.
Alex Paulson's going to save him.
Is Joel Ollie going to win the Player of the Season?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
If Sydney makes semis,
yeah,
Joel Ollie will win Player of the Season.
Yeah.
If Sydney makes semis,
it's the Joe Warren Cup.
Johnny Warren medal. Johnny Warren medal. Yeah.
On to our next segment. So a bit of background. A couple nights ago, the Conti Cup, the Continental Cup final happened.
Mm-hmm. That's for obviously women's.
It's the Women's League Cup.
Yep.
In England. Yep. Arsenal played Chelsea. Arsenal won that game 1-0 in extra time. So before we start, I want to wish Arsenal midfielder Frida Manum a speedy recovery. She did collapse on the field in the 116th minute.
That was scary. That was scary.
It was. Look, she's in a stable condition now.
Thank God.
But she had to receive oxygen through a mask and eventually was carried off the field on a stretcher. So we've seen these situations before. It's not pretty.
No.
So we wish her the best. We wish her a speedy recovery and we wish her back on the field.
It's just a shame because we haven't really seen this before. Ever since, for me, the big one was Ericsson, 2020. It's like, 2021 with Ericsson. It's like, they're becoming more and more common, these ones, and maybe it's a timing thing, maybe it's a different thing that obviously we're out of our control and we know very little about, so we can't really speak about it. But it's like, it's just interesting how it's happening more and more.
Look, we don't know. There could be an underlying condition, like with Ericsson.
True. Yeah, true.
You know, you don't know with the heat. You know, the weather's changing in the UK. Sometimes cold, sometimes it's hot.
Yep.
There's so many factors inside it, but I do think the amount of games that are being played at the moment.
Oh, of course,
it's a big part to play, and you're going to have these cases. But look, all in all, we wish Frida a speedy recovery. She's going to be a big miss for Arsenal as well.
Yeah.
On to the other, there's a lot of drama in this game. The next one was between Emma Hayes and Arsenal boss Jonas Eidevall.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
We've been a big advocate for women's football.
Yeah.
Been a massive advocate. I just want to play devil's advocate for a second.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we give some context?
I'll give you want to give the context?
Let me give the context.
Give the context.
So Arsenal and Chelsea agreed before the game.
Mm-hmm.
Or Arsenal wanted the multi-ball system.
Yep.
Chelsea wanted the one-ball system. It was decided that would be a one-ball system.
Yep.
Okay.
Where it is normally a
multi-ball system.
Correct.
Erin Cuthbert, late in stoppage time, won a throw-in. Okay. She went to grab another ball.
Yep.
And then Jonas, obviously,
yep.
Emma Hayes described it as male aggression, got in her way and said basically, no, this is not,
Yep.
We agreed on one ball system.
Yep.
There's a lot of ways to think about it. It was more so the actions after.
Yeah, so this is where I need to sort of step in and play devil's advocate here. And as I'm saying, we've been a massive, massive advocate. And I stand by every single word I've said.
Yeah.
However, I just want to put it a hypothetical. Let's say, and this is my club I'm talking about, so people can't accuse me of anything. Let's say Jonas Eidevall was the manager of Chelsea and he pushed Emma Hayes, who was the manager of Arsenal. What would happen?
Or hell will break loose.
Or hell will break loose. he would be sacked the day after.
Yeah.
I guarantee you. He would lose his license, I guarantee you. So we just need a bit of accountability here, and I'm not, by God, saying accountability for Emma Hayes or lose her job.
In the sense of violence.
In the sense of violence, there's no double standard.
No.
There can't be a double standard.
No.
If it's a push, it's a push. And no matter what camera angle that you saw, there was a clear intent to push him.
Yeah.
A clear intent, Abdul.
Yeah. And I think it's more so the case of I don't want to go on the angle of if he pushed her, because I think he knows better than to go as a you know yourself.
He could have reacted.
Yeah.
And very, very credit to him, he didn't, because obviously chivalry is not dead, and he didn't.
And it's the manner she pushed him. She shoved him.
Yeah.
Okay.
2 hands, brother. 2 hands.
That's not what we want to see in the women's game, to be honest.
In any game, to be honest.
In especially when we talk about, especially here with the white ribbon, for example. I used to be an ambassador for the white ribbon, which is, if people don't know, domestic violence and violence against women. It's standing, against things like that.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you see what, Emma Hayes done, you look at it in a sense of, okay, good on Jonas. Didn't push her back.
Yep.
If he did, I would, I don't want him in my club at the end of the day, because then it's a man putting his hands on a woman.
Correct.
Okay.
Absolutely.
But when it comes to vice versa, you've got little girls watching, you've got little boys watching. That's not the example you want to set. And we've seen it before with Jose and Arsenal, and we've seen it with Conte and Tuchel.
Very different, though.
Very, very different. But
But
even then, it's not received well.
of course,
that's not one thing.
That's
not one thing. You don't want to set that example.
At the end of the day, Abdul, you should be talking about the football. You should be talking about everything that's on the field with the ball.
Yeah.
And I get this was a multi-ball versus one-ball scenario, so I understand why people have to talk about it. But this just steals the spotlight for unnecessary reasons. No. The only thing, and the last thing I'm going to say on that matter is this term of male aggression. All of the United by Football boys, we're all men. We've all been raised by double-parent households. And we've all been taught, and I only associate myself with, and I know with you as well, that's why we get along so well outside this podcast, is myself and you and all the boys here from United by Football and us as a brand, we don't stand by that. We don't stand for this male aggression. And for me, what I saw, I don't think there was any male aggression. So for me, I just think it's simply put that Emma Hayes couldn't understand that she lost. She got salty, and she tried to look for an excuse outside than actually blaming her team.
Because had she won, I don't think she goes off. She shakes his hand with a smile and walks off.
Yeah, and claims a trophy and goes away.
It's just it's the term. It's the term, and I think that's an even deeper, possibly you could almost call it a taboo conversation in women's football, because 100%. You do have men 100%. Involved, and I think there's a line, and it's just right now it's still a grey area, and he didn't necessarily go and he wasn't aiming it at her. I think it's more so the frustration of the whole situation, because they wanted a multi-ball system, and then they turn around and it's double standard.
But if football was played with a one-ball system, then I can understand Emma Hayes. But I've never seen a game where it is a one-ball system.
No, not anymore. So at Chelsea have been doing this. Remember the whole socks thing a couple of weeks ago?
Thank you, it's my club, I understand.
Yeah.
But coming from a Chelsea fan, and I think all Chelsea fans are unified on that.
Yeah.
It didn't look good from our manager.
No,
it didn't look good. And for her to claim it on male aggression, it's just not a good look. Just accept the loss, like we've accepted in the men's team all year. Accept the loss, move on. We've still got the league to fight for.
Yeah. I kind of want to end it on a note on that whole drama. Had he actually been that aggressive, I think that would have overshadowed her push.
Yeah.
Her push is defining that game at the moment, and
absolutely,
possibly more than Manum's injury right now.
Sad.
So
it is sad.
Onto the actual football that happened in that game, though. The Blues actually thought they opened the scoring in the 22nd minute through Ramirez.
Mm-hmm.
VAR, thank the Lord, ruled out the goal.
Yep.
It was a very close game, and I plotted down some stats. There were that many close stats I had to plot down a table. So possession.
That man's back.
Possession when it's 50.3% Arsenal, 49.7 Chelsea. Shots 13 to 15. Shots on target 6-2. Jules won 49.2 to 50.8. Put down 50.4. It's 50.8. Tackles 22 to 27. Passes 607 with an 82.5% accuracy. To Chelsea 589 with an 81.2% pass completion.
I encourage our viewers to go and have a look and try and find the game where the passes, the amount of passes that successfully were completed was so close. 607 to 589 for Chelsea. We're talking 82.5% for Arsenal and 81.2.
Yeah.
That's tight.
What makes it even crazier,
That's tight.
and if you read into the stats, you can understand how the game is. So each team had 13 to 15 shots. Pass accuracy out of their own half was both above 90%, 90.1 to 91.5, which tells you that both teams were able to play out the back, get forward, and get a shot on goal. It was basically a game of basketball.
Back and forward, man.
It was back and forth.
And the defining goal. Name me a player that deserves it more.
Stina Blackstenius. Stina
Ice cold Stina. Okay. Good goal. But Caitlin Ford, brother, the amount of work that she did to get there, incredible. Did she start her run outside the box?
I think so. She beat one player, but it's
beat two.
1, 2, and then rolled the pass.
Yeah. Incredible goal. Incredible. I sort of wish that she took a shot and scored because the amount of work that she did to get there was incredible. And I'm looking forward to watching her go in Melbourne. Oh, my God.
I can't wait, man.
The trio.
Yeah.
Cross, Catley, and Cooney. The three
Oh.
C's, brother.
Ford. Sorry, we left Ford out.
Oh, my God.
Cooney, Cross, Ford, and Catley.
Three C's.
I sang her song wrong, actually.
Which one?
Stina Blackstenius. She scores all the goals. She scores. I've missung that.
I'll be honest, I thought you were singing the Strawberry Kisses.
I've been missing
that Liberty A-League.
Look,
I'm going to miss it. Especially from a Wanderer standpoint. We deserve.
Man.
Sorry.
There we go.
Actually, no, do it. We deserve to make the finals.
You did. I think the turnaround.
And you ruined it, of course, for us, of course.
You know what?
You did.
Look,
you ruined it.
All jokes aside.
You beat City. Beat Victory.
All jokes aside, I'm actually sad the season's come to an end.
Me too.
Me too. Myself, going out to the games, I'm enjoying my time there, getting in and around the clubs and the players and getting to know them, even going out to Blacktown. Yeah. The experience we've had with the Wanderers has been crazy.
Second to none, to be honest.
Especially with the women's team. And it's sad to see them. I genuinely felt bad. Like, I've got a soft spot for, even though I'm a Sydney FC fan, I've genuinely got a soft spot for that Wanderers women's team because it does represent what we talk about.
It does.
All in all, they just needed a result. And it's not like they were playing a top team.
No.
It was a team that was below them. Wellington had nothing in that game. Yeah. But it is what it is. This is how the final round did play out, though. I think we'll give everyone a
shout out.
Kind of not a shout out, mate. More so a run through of the weekend. So Western United drew with Central Coast to secure third place in a home final. So that left the Mariners in fifth.
Yep.
All right. Newcastle demolished Adelaide 8-0.
It could have been 16.
Could have been, mate. It could have been 8 by half time. It was that bad. That forced Western Sydney into a must-win clash against Wellington.
Yeah.
That also put them level on points with the Wanderers and flipped their for and against from a -1 to a +7. All right.
How crazy is that?
They just needed to win. No, they made sure that Wanderers
had to win,
had to get a result.
Yeah. Against who else? Yeah, Wellington.
Phoenix in New Zealand. They beat the Wanderers 2-0 and ended their hopes then and there of playing finals footy. And the sad part about it there is talking to the girls last weekend at their last home game. Yeah. They were excited. It was optimism, like the optimism in their eyes, to play finals for the first time in a long time.
Be honest. You ask any betting man or any betting sports bet tab, whatever you bet with,
gamble responsibly.
Okay.
Yeah.
No one would have thought of an 8-0.
No.
No one thinks of an 8-0.
Not in any sport,
no.
gender.
God, no.
You think men's football, women's football, even that 7-0 game, I'm not trying to poke a thing, the 7-0 game a couple of weeks ago, as bad as your form was, you didn't expect it to be that kind of...
Thank you, I appreciate that. It's very personal.
Anyway, Victory secured a home final. Look, it was a very uncharacteristic performance
Say it
from
again.
Sydney.
Say it one more time.
Uncharacteristic.
Say it one more time. Very
4-0.
uncharacteristic.
4-0. Mate, you've seen our girls. You've seen our girls this season, and they've been the creme de la creme.
In all seriousness, it just shows the volatility
Yes.
of such a tight league. And I'm getting vibes in the Prem that's going to go down to this 2.3 point goal difference scenario. It's sad because it's so tight, and we see Wanderers were in, then they were out. Sydney won it, then they were out.
It's crazy. And Western United a few weeks ago were basically etched in for a top 2 finish. They finished third. Melbourne City out of nowhere, who beat Perth 2-1 to secure the minor premiership. And speaking to Ante Juric over the weekend, they were disappointed.
When I watched that interview, because obviously I wasn't there, because it's an FC game. When I watched that interview, he looked like he knew what was going to happen. I'll be honest.
He accepted,
One, he accepted the performance, but I think he knew, and he's already started planning for their revenge in the grand final. Because I do think Sydney will make the grand final.
Yeah, in this league, there's no better team. On their day, there's absolutely no better team.
Can we move on to the elimination finals? Because I've already got my grand final and I've got my winner.
Okay.
So do you want to hit me with my tree? Then we go to yours, and then we'll wrap it up, because Spotify is apparently 1.5 hour max.
No, mate, you can go for 10 hours, mate.
Oh my God, what's the rush?
What's the rush? We'll be here all night. I'll just drive straight from work.
Sleep, because I've just ruined my city and us. Anyway, carry on.
That's all right, mate.
Elimination finals, hit me.
Western United play the Jets.
United.
Okay.
Yep.
Melbourne Victory play Mariners.
Mariners.
Yep. I go Kodiak.
Yep.
You leave her out.
Yep.
Okay. So that means Melbourne City play the lowest place elimination finals winner. That would be the Mariners. So Melbourne City play the Mariners.
City.
Yep. Sydney FC play the Western United.
Sydney.
Okay. That means the grand final will be Sydney versus City. And the winner?
You can say it.
No, say it, mate.
I can't say it.
Hold on. Say it.
Melbourne City.
Nah. Come on, mate.
The Sky Blues.
Yep.
Unfortunately.
Am
I going to the game, or?
Oh, mate, we're going to be there.
Yeah.
We're going to be there for every single game at Leichhardt Oval to the end of this season. Are you for the girlies, mate?
Western United versus Newcastle Jets, Abdul.
Western United.
Oh, nice and quick. Victory versus Mariners.
Victory.
Okay. City versus Victory, Melbourne Derby.
Victory.
Ooh. Chidiac road to the final. What's her rating on FIFA?
No answer. Next.
2 play star plus. Rapid.
Evolution, mate. Evolution.
Oh, God.
Come on.
FC versus Western United.
FC.
Yeah, okay. You get the same answer. Sydney FC versus Melbourne Victory.
Sydney FC.
You're going to hold the title as well? Is that how close you are with them?
Mate.
Is that the new profile pick? It won't be the UBF profile pick. I'll go. If it is, I'm off. If it is, I'm
Come
off.
on.
I'm going to give you a story. I'll give you a story. I won't touch the trophy, but you can have a story with it. You can have a story and tag, should have been a profile pick.
A pin post.
Not a pin post.
A pin post, mate.
We'll talk about it.
A pin post.
If you keep a clean sheet on the weekend for Mounties, we'll talk about it. Deal?
Your club is never going to get anywhere near close to that trophy. Let me get close to it and put it up there.
Are you talking about the Wanderers?
Your club, yeah, the Wanderers.
Asian Champions League. And on that note...
And when have you done anything domestically? Never. On that note...
We beat McCarthy.
Carry on. Who, mate?
Carry on.
Anyway, look, those are our predictions. Should we do another reveal?
We should.
So...
Do I know what this reveal is? No? Next time, communicate with me better. Carry on.
You know this one.
Do I?
What else are we doing?
I think you can lead it and I'll run with it.
Okay, so on the 22nd of May, what are we doing?
Oh, on the 22nd of May. I'm still 23 years old. No. I'm going with my good friend Julian, with my good friend Abdul, who are all members of the United by Football
Really?
podcast. They are.
All of them?
Who would have thought?
No way.
And my good friend Matthew is coming along as well. We'll be there for Global Football Week. How ecstatic are we?
We are planning...
Thank you, Coles, for sorting out my flights. I appreciate it.
Look, mate. Okay, we're going to be planning a few things. Getting out and about in Melbourne.
Yes.
You know.
Meeting with everyone as much as we can. We're going to try and film some content. So bring your football boots, guys.
Oh, yeah, mate. We're going to come. We'll keep that, we're going to keep it a secret.
Give it a touch.
But,
Can I reveal one? 3 words.
Go for it.
How's your touch?
How's
That's
your
what I'm going to say.
Ooh.
How's your touch? Just because bit of suspense, you know what I mean?
Better than
it could be many things.
Better than Haaland, according to Roy Keane.
Who's got a better touch? Erling Haaland or Caitlin Ford?
Caitlin Ford.
And on that note, carry on.
Do you agree with me?
No comment.
No, actually, do you agree with
comment.
me? If you got one touch to save your life, got Haaland and Ford, who are you asking to take that touch?
Renato Jozic.
Fair play. Fair play. Fair play. I'd still take Ford though.
Haaland for me.
Really?
Yeah.
You know what? Let's leave that with the people.
Here we go. Haaland or Ford, better touch.
Based off Roy Keane's comments.
No. Based off logic.
I just, we've had a whole week of United legends speaking completely out of their.
Correct. So he's speaking shit.
Pretty much.
It's Haaland. It's Haaland. You think it's Haaland or Ford?
It's Ford. Oh my God. Maybe another big announcement.
Oh, here we go.
Rumours are Ella Toon's moving to Arsenal. If you watched last week.
Do you want to clap?
No. I might be on a plane to the UK.
What would you like?
So, that's the last announcement. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. It's been a good episode this week.
No, it has. It's been tops. And quickly before we go, just a massive thank you to Bella Vista as well. Still putting up with our shit.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
No, we do.
That they go above and beyond. Sometimes we rock up late to shoot, and the great facilities, they accommodate us well. And on Spotify as well this week. It's a massive week for us, and got a uni assignment due, so you won't see me for the next 48 hours. Abdul and boys, just to let you know. So I'll be in hiding.
That's all right. Look, if you need anything, mate.
Oh, thanks, mate. Appreciate it.
If you need anything, if you need any answers, you know where to come.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate it.
I've done a year of teaching at uni, so I can. Yeah.
How did that go for you?
I hated it.
Is that why you're
So I'm an accountant now, mate.
God bless you.
Bachelor's degree.
I'm doing masters.
I'm doing my post-qualification, mate. CA. Qualified.
Capital asshole. So yeah, what's CA?
Mate. Chartered accountant, dickhead.
Sorry, I don't know.
Anyway, we're going to leave it on that note.
I think we should, to be honest, before we might actually break a red you.
I've been Abs.
I've been Thomas, and this has been
the United by Football Podcast.
Join us on Spotify, by the way.
YouTube, Instagram, like, subscribe. TikTok.
That's the one.
In person, in store.
Oh, but before we go, I had a lovely meeting with the fan encounter.
You did?
Yes. One of my students where I work for school.
Mm.
They came past. Guys, don't be shy. If you see us around, come say hi. Trust me, Abdul gets no greater joy than signing things or taking a photo with anyone. Trust me, there's no greater joy. He signs away his life as an accountant in his firm. So he loves it. Trust me, loves it.
Who are you going to go to when you need your taxes done, mate?
Join us next week.
There we go. Ciao.
Ciao. I liked it.